Elton John came in first season. He and I spent that time together on the show and a little bit of a break. It's a game changer. So as soon as he left, I called a doctor and said, I need to change this. And he was the one that got me out of the glasses.
Here we are.
Here we are again in this room.
I know. I love this room. I love you. Congratulations on 13 incredible seasons.
You like that number 13?
I do. So does Taylor Swift. I mean,
yeah,
good
yeah.
company.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Never even thought
it's
of
her
that.
lucky number.
Yeah.
How have the last few weeks been for you?
Emotional, tiring, lovely, laughing, crying, and just the retrospectives on all of our guests that have been on the show. It's bringing up memories that I've forgotten about. But as soon as I see the video, I go, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. And then I remember where I was in my life or whatever. And then I also do, because you were like me, whatever happened to that top? That blazer was great. What happened? I like
shoes.
That top. Yeah,
those shoes. Where did they go?
What happened? Yeah, right. So it's been a roller coaster of emotion, but it is I'm so grateful and so privileged. I really am. What a lucky girl I am to have a second chance at doing this type show in this room.
Lucky and talented.
Thank you.
The combination. And it's been, you talk about the memories, and it's been nice seeing your guests come in the hallway. I say, how did it go? I did the ugly cry. You know? Everybody's like really feeling it. The emotion in the building is palpable.
Well, I think when people come into this place, because it's like a family, the family's gotten bigger and bigger over the last 13 seasons, and people have learned a lot, are comfortable in whatever their expertise is. They're happy to share. They know it's a safe place from the moment they walk in that door to the green room to the makeup room, and they come in here and they know that it's going to be a good place. And I'm going to say this again, a safe place to talk. And I think when that's taken away, you're a little unsure. I know that. I was unsure when I first started this show. I was just talked to Jan Arden, and I said, when I was doing the second rendition, this show, I mean, it was the same room, it was the same person, I had some of the same people, but you're unsure of yourself. And once you do it a couple of times, then you get back into the groove.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I know what this feels like.
Yeah, and also this is like the time that you get to see somebody like every 6 weeks. Now you're not so sure, and it's really. You have to make it happen to get together, and we're hoping to do that with a lot of the experts that are on the show. So it's emotional that way. It's it's saying goodbye after a great time at camp.
Yes,
it's been a good camp.
So it's like, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Right.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Talking about memories, so many memorable moments on NDS.
Yes.
One that really stands out for me.
Yeah.
Because I know you're a huge fan, is Harry Connick Jr. surprising you for the 1,000th episode.
Yes, that was such a great surprise. And I just like him so much. He's just a good person.
He really is.
And
any more memorable moments?
Well, that was a memorable moment for me, because he said he was backstage watching the whole show, and had seen some other shows too, because he was about to embark on his own show. And he knew he had the music thing going, but it was like interviewing people. So that was interesting that we had a little chat after about how that works. But yeah, Diane Keaton, Sally Field twice, Jane Fonda, Tim McGraw, Lionel Richie,
Sylvester Stallone.
Recently Sly Stallone. Sly Stallone, I didn't get to talk to him before the interview. So he just came on, and I just remember thinking to myself, this is a full circle moment, because his mother, Jackie, was on City Line a couple of times with me.
I do remember her.
Do you remember that? Like, she had the crystals.
And she had like very pop colored makeup.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then Frank, his brother, came to visit us at the Chum Morning Show, Roger, Rick, and Marilyn, years ago. And I remember being with him, and he said, "Listen, hey, do you mind if I hang out for the rest of the day?" Because I was doing interviews and everything for the rest of the day. So I said, "Finally, you're here," and I got to tell the story about running into them. My first trip to California, I'm going down Rodeo Drive. I go into this beautiful jewelry store. I see this stunning woman holding this newborn baby, and I went up to her as my friend was looking for jewelry and stuff like that, and I said, "Your baby is beautiful. Is it a girl or boy?" She said, "It's a girl." She said, "Thank you so much." And all of a sudden, right behind her, I hear this guy going, "Thank you so much." And it was Sly Stallone. And I told that story. So after the interview, 3 daughters later,
Yes.
he said, Jennifer is backstage. So I went and said hello to Jennifer. We had a little reunion. And I said, I know you don't remember this. She said, no, no, no. This is so magical to me. So those are magical moments. A lot on the screen, but a lot behind, after the cameras are off, for sure. Those are memorable to me.
But that's the Marilyn magic. You know, you have this real gift, skill of conversation, of connecting. You know, was baby Marilyn like that? You know, somebody influenced that in you?
Well, there was the family with the father and the rest, the 5 women. So everybody tried to get some time in, right?
My turn.
So my older sister, I had 2 older sisters and a baby. And I think what I did was a quiet dialogue of what I really wanted to say while all these conversations were happening, because I couldn't get a word in edgewise. And then, broadcasting, radio broadcasting helped me a lot. Had great program directors. And I said to Anne-Marie Medaweg not too long ago, I was raised by men in broadcasting, and all very good men. Two of them weren't so good, but the rest of them were great. And it was about listening and being present. And Roger Ashby was one of those mentors that said, you can be better. Roger, also, we're talking about Brian Thomas. He used to be, not a name that everyone would know, but he was very good about taking care of me when we talked about interviews for Chum Radio back in 1986. So I learned that craft, and I feel really blessed. But listening is the most important part of a conversation, and I could be better at that. But sometimes facts jump in my head, and I want to tell the person right away. So I got to learn to, tone that back a little bit. But thank you for saying that.
I think you're doing okay, Marilyn.
You know what I mean? Don't you do that?
I do that all the
Don't you do
time.
that?
All the time.
I don't want to be a goof, but anyway. And, you don't want to fangirl too much either, but Harry
I
Connick
do
Jr.
I do that too.
Hello.
Hello. I do. I can't
It's
help it.
okay.
What's the
relax.
point of having this gig,
Job,
right?
I know,
If you
I
can't
know.
have a little that fangirl element.
The Rock.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Look at I just get giddy. Looking around this room.
Yes.
Every time I have the honor and the pleasure of being on the show, your audience is hyped.
Yes.
They are energized. They are dynamic. What makes them so special? Because it's a lot of times it's standing room only.
Well, they are excited to get out of the house, to have an hour to themselves with their friends, their family, whoever they're coming down with, and just to be a part of something that they don't even know what show they're about to see until they get here. So it's the anticipation of what's going to happen, who's she going to interview, who's going to perform, what fashions we're going to see, what information we can get that's free, and maybe there'll be a gift involved. We're really good about that. We love confetti on this show. There's no doubt about it.
Love confetti,
I know.
and who doesn't love a little gift bag?
But you know that because you did 10 days of giveaways. You've done so many things. Yeah, always good to have you on the show.
And I love giving away prizes.
I know you do, and you're good at it.
I do the nails.
You do. You're
do
so
the nails.
good at it, Traci. When Elton John came in first season, he and I spent that time together on the show and a little bit of a break. Then we interviewed him on Chum. Remember that day he was here? He was just phenomenal. And he asked me about my glasses. I said, yeah, I have to wear them. He goes, he had laser done. And I go, but you still wear glasses? He goes, you know what? It's a game changer. So as soon as he left, I called a doctor and said, I need to change this. And he was the one that got me out of the glasses, because the glasses and the bangs and the thing and the lighting wasn't great either. But anyway, I just remember that, just as an aside.
When you look back to, the start of all of this,
yes,
what kind of changes have really stand out for you?
You mean in my career or the industry? Well, I mean, I started off in 1976 in Little Moscow, Idaho, when there was records and 45s and that. So that's changed dramatically. Everything's computerized, everything like that with radio. For television, the extra show that you have to do is social media. That's that's a job. That part.
It is actually a job.
It's a job.
My daughter says I post and ghost. I said, no, but I have to clean the house too.
No, I know.
I have to do.
And I have to, I apologize to anybody out there. I'm terrible on social media. I give it my best. I try to like everything, but I whatever. So that changed. So that's that dynamic. And for TV, one thing that hasn't changed is that people want information and they want it for free. right? So that I love about that aspect. But you know, technology has changed. One thing I love that we still have cameramen, women behind the camera.
Yes,
They're
we
not
do love that.
automated. They're there, and I would not know what to do because they're part of the room.
100%.
So I know some people have gone that way to cut costs or whatever the hell they were doing, and I'm so glad I didn't have to experience that. So you know, the budgets are smaller. They were big at one point, and now they're smaller and tighter. You have to be more focused on what you do. We went through the pandemic. We now know that we can go on screen and talk to somebody if we really need to. They don't need to be flown up here. That's a good thing. Podcasts are really kind of cool to do. You can do that without any optics, or you can have optics, and you know you can take us anywhere. I like that part. So there's a lot of changes. Do I like them all? I don't want to be a naysayer, but they take a little bit of time to get used to, and then once you get the rhythm, then you're fine.
Yeah.
You know, so the changes are that we have to be more accessible. I like the privacy of radio. I got into television and then I could be seen, and now with social media, it's even more so. So I almost want to go backwards a little bit, just a little bit, just to have some breathing room. Yeah.
And switch rings a little bit more.
That's true. That's true.
Socially.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty social as it
Yeah.
is.
Post
with
and
two
Ghost.
shows.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I know. You can credit Phoebe with that.
Thank you, Phoebe.
When you look at the impact, I mean, you know, when the news came down, I was on a different set.
Yeah.
When the news came down that the Marilyn Denis show is coming to a close, and you've decided, you know, that you're doing Chum and you're doing your podcast,
Yeah.
and this is what it's going to be. And I was on a set with huge crew. And one of the people on the crew, lovely, but I haven't spoken to this person, and I've been working on this project for a long time. And when the news came down, this gentleman started waxing poetic about you.
Oh, how nice.
I had never heard the sound of his voice before.
Oh.
And he was like, that Marilyn Denis, she is a class act. When I was back in the freelance world, I was on her set for 3 weeks. She not only she knew to everybody by name, she was talking to the audience.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then
That's
you know
nice.
the cameras were rolling. But that is who you are. On camera, off camera, you are that person. So many of us, you know, we idolize you, and you know, we hold you in very high esteem. And even people who haven't worked with you are just admiring you from afar. People in the broadcast industry, you have created a lot of space for women. You have mentored a lot of us. You have given us tips. You've given us tricks. You remember our personal life. Marilyn, how do you do this all? How do you do this all? And I've never seen you to say to you, hey Marilyn, how you doing? I'm good. Like it's never facade. It's never insincere. You're always energetic. You're never tired.
I am. I'm
how?
fooling you, but I'm tired. Yeah.
So all that to say is,
Well, that's very kind of you to say, and I think it's just Jim and Shirley Dennis bringing me up that way. I'll just nail it right there. It's just, that's just the way it is. And I never want anyone, I'm not that person that really liked it in school to see somebody sitting by themselves having lunch. I never allowed that unless they said, get away, Marilyn, I don't want to have lunch with anybody, if they ever told me that. So that's the thing, it's all inclusive, you know, not every day is easy, but it's really important for me that everyone is welcome and feel that if they're not heard, they're seen. That's my mom and dad for sure. Yeah.
well, I don't ever want this interview to end, but I know you're booked and busy.
Well, you know what else has happened in broadcasting? They shorten the interview.
They shortened the interviews.
That's what's happened in the change.
We need the Linehan. We need the Linehan.
Brian Linehan.
Brian Linehan.
Yeah.
Interviews back.
I miss Brian
Yeah.
Linehan so much. But listen, you know what? You and I have known each other for a long time, and I'm so glad that you and I got to do this
too.
interview. And you know, I will see you around
Yes.
the building. But I just want to thank Etalk for supporting me. And the fact is that I am so blessed that I'm happy I made this decision. I'm going to miss people seeing them on a day-to-day basis, but I know it's right for me. I'm really feeling good about this farewell, and it's a good goodbye.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And the final question,
Yes.
what will 10 a.m. look like?
Oh, you know what? I thought about that. There'll be a visit probably to a bakery.
Okay. Oh.
There will be, there will be probably a workout a couple times a week. I might have lunch or breakfast. No, breakfast with my friends. Because I can't really have dinner because I still get up early in the morning at 3 o'clock. But I will actually be able to have a meal with my girlfriends. Isn't that something?
Isn't that wonderful?
Look at me.
Look at you.
Going out.
Marilyn Denis,
Thank
thank
you.
you for everything. I mean, this is just another continuation of the chapter.
I know.
The Marilyn
I love
Denis
it.
Show.
Aw,
but
thank you.
you know, personally, I can't thank you for being you. You know, you have supported me good times, bad times, and everything in between, personally and professionally. So I just want to say thank you. I'm going to be one of those ugly cry stories.
No,
No.
You know what?
No, really.
To see you grow and grow and go and go is really a real treat for me. And it's been a privilege doing the show. And I'm lucky to have friends like you because you're my friend.
And I feel the same way.
Thanks, Traci.
Thank you. Love you, Marilyn.
I love you too.
I was going to make it. I was going to make it. Oh.
Nobody makes it.
Nobody makes it out of
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.